The LA Galaxy winless in 8, 1 point at home.
This part, the bad stuff I heard.
You remember that part. But how are you guys sort of assessing what has happened through the first, 8 games and everything that's going on? I have to imagine, and I think this is pretty safe to imagine, not the way that you guys wanted to start.
No, definitely, this hasn't been the start any of us envisioned. And we certainly, as a group, don't think it's been up to par, right? I think everybody in the locker room and on the staff would tell you that to a person. It's been tough. I mean, again, I don't want to sound defensive because our record is what it is. We've had some bad luck with injuries. Time wasn't on our side with the quick turnaround from MLS Cup to the start of preseason, and then having to have a lot of balls in the air with Dayon and trying to re-sign Maya, and you have to kind of do a lot of work in a very little amount of time. Again, nothing we didn't know about, but when you do that and you have a group that comes together later in the preseason, because that's kind of as quickly as you can get things moving. And then you have some injuries, and you have some big travel, and then you have some mistakes. I think we've had a bunch of just sort of unforced errors, and it's not just one person. It's been a few guys here and there, and they've really cost us, right? And you can't be a great team and make mistakes like that. And so, that's a reality, right? And nobody is happy with that. But having said that, now that we're starting to get healthy, we're getting our guys back on the field, and I think people who were at the game on Saturday night in the second half. I mean, that's a team that played really hard. And of course, we want to get 3 points at home always, but the way that group competed a man down, I think what we're seeing from Diego Fagundes, in his 400th game, really embracing the captain role as we get. More of our guys sort of healthy and settled. I think it's going to be, a different story in the next 9 games. And I know that might sound sort of Pollyannish or optimistic, but maybe I'm crazy, but I see a lot of talent when I look at our roster and a midfield that still needs time to settle together, right? I mean, Lucas came in, played a game against San Diego, and then broke his collarbone on the turf in Vancouver.